Wow, you're a blue. Woo! Usually if we're a live seminar and we're talking about blues, the audience that's blue goes screaming. They're the only group that cheer for themselves. So blues are happy, upbeat. They're optimistic. They expect good things to happen. They like to have fun. They love to have adventure, to go out and do things and experiencing new things. So blues are wonderful. They're the life of the party. Everyone wants to have blues around, which is great. They know lots of people. People like being around them, again, because they're optimistic, positive, happy, upbeat. Now, blues also have challenges, though. See, none of these four personalities is better than the other, and they all have strengths and weaknesses. Blues are pretty much late for everything. You know, it's not a good thing. A lot of blues are chronically late all the time, and while you as a blue don't think that's a big deal, you're making reds and greens want to strangle you. Before they even meet you, they don't like you. Now, you may not care, but if you're trying to sell them something, you should care, because people buy things from folks that they like and trust. So as a blue, you need to learn how to be on time, to plan your time better. Blues also waste money. They live in the moment. They're very spontaneous, which I guess is positive, but they have a tendency to just do things. They have knee-jerk reactions and do things now without really thinking about the consequences of their actions. I'll tell you this, blues also have a chance to, or a tendency to party more than others and party hard. So a lot of times a blue says things without thinking, and to make it worse, they say things without thinking while they're drinking. And those things can actually fracture long-term friendships. They can cause all sorts of undue problems that you don't really need. So again, a blue, I'd say this. You want to focus on getting a little bit more precise, having a little bit more organization and structure, being more timely. But your strengths are such great strengths. And see, every person, whether you're blue, green, red, or yellow, we have a highly functioning version and a dysfunctional version. You want to go as close to the highly functioning version as you humanly possibly can. We have a product that you can get right now called Living in Full Color, which goes through all of that. It talks about blue from A to Z, and also the real major lesson in this is not your self-discovery about your color. It's about how do you as a blue interact with reds, greens, and yellows, because that's what really matters. If the major world languages, I'm not sure what they are, but let's just say that they are Spanish and Chinese, English, and Portuguese. I don't think Portuguese is number 4, but I just threw it in there. The bottom line is if you speak English, you can only communicate and sell and persuade other people to speak your language. But if you could speak all 4, the moment you come across a Chinese person, you can still communicate with them. Wouldn't that be an amazing advantage? Well, as a blue, you have a very distinct language. You talk loud, you're high energy, and while that's awesome to you, it really bothers a green. Greens communicate more like this. Now you make fun of a green, but if you're trying to sell a green or persuade a green or ask a green out on a date, I think I have your attention now, then your overly blueness might be a problem. So I'm not telling you have to change who you are. I'm telling you that if you start speaking other people's languages, you get better results. Knowing what you do unconsciously to drive people crazy is a very valuable skill to learn. That way, people will, everyone you interact with will like you and trust you enough to buy from you or be persuaded by you, and I believe that's what you're here for. All of that is covered in detail in Living in Full Color, but even if you don't get the product, here's the bottom line. You now have some information. Come back and take the test whenever you want to. Sometimes people actually change their colors or even shift from one color to another. And please spread the word. We deliberately don't sell anything on my website because we want people to come here freely. I think we have somewhere around 30 or 40 network marketing companies that send their people here on a regular basis because they know we're not selling anything and because this information is so good. So this is my way of truly serving the industry, and hopefully you'll continue to do that. Send your people here. It's a lot of fun to share this information. I believe this information makes you a better inviter, a better presenter, a better closer, a better trainer, a better promoter. It makes you better at all the skills you need to master to be a master in this business.